The arts are often sidelined these days in an educational landscape of soaring expenses and shrinking school budgets. As school officials across the country take the red pen to their arts budgets, they generally reason, how do we justify the time and expense of music, dance, or theater and visual arts when we have federal benchmarks to meet and little money to spend? However, there's nothing dispensable about singing, or dancing, acting, drawing, and painting. The arts at this public school are central to the mission of educating students in math, science, and the humanities.
I don't think any subject matter is really a standalone subject. I think teachers inherently start to integrate other subject matters without maybe really even thinking about it. In this particular instance, though, it's something that you wouldn't normally see. An AP class partnering with an art class. The process was actually the students looking at some feedback that they were given by the sculpture students. And additionally, the sculpture students had presented us with information and brainstormed ideas that they would like to potentially create. It really is opening the eyes, I believe, of my AP students, many of which have never taken an art class, and really exposing them to a different medium. If we operate in our classroom alone and we don't expose ourselves to ideas of others or open ourselves to potential collaboration opportunities, then we're not truly going to serve our students in that 21st century capacity.
Art actually brings the subject matter alive in a way that I don't think can really be given justice to if you don't integrate the arts. I think we've artificially excluded them. And because we've cut art programs and music programs, we have reduced the capacity of our students to exercise that part of their brains. And we are doing our students a disservice by not challenging them creatively.
Well-planned and implemented arts integration is one of the most effective ways to engage and motivate a wide range of students with a wide range of interests, aptitudes, styles, and experiences to form a community of active learners, taking responsibility for and ownership of their own learning. In 2011, the President's Committee on Arts and the Humanities published a report entitled Reinvesting in Arts Education. In this report, the committee found that arts integration is the practice of using arts strategies to build skills and teach classroom subjects across different disciplines. When implemented effectively and with rigor, students receive both high-quality arts instruction and subject matter instruction in reading, math, science, and other subjects within an integrated lesson plan. As we've discovered in the field and in the news lately, the possibilities for learning other subjects through the arts are limitless. English learners practice English adverbs by following the directions of a dance instructor. Algebra teachers help students create digital designs that demonstrate their understanding of mathematical relationships. And middle school students create and play musical instruments in the process of learning about sound and waveforms. And social studies teachers use drama to help students live in the world they are studying. This course addresses the direct integration of the arts into secondary English language arts and social studies classroom instruction. Fundamental to this class is the understanding that English language arts and social studies can have the arts integrated into their respective curricula, as well as creating a context for interdisciplinary lessons. The pedagogical and research practices presented in this course intend to teach students to become fluent in integrating the arts into their classrooms.
Artful thinking is an approach to teaching visual arts through a series of routines, and each routine has a set of questions that the teacher asks about a piece of art, and they're designed around critical thinking skills. What they're doing is showing a piece of art and asking kids to look at it carefully and to make some assumptions about it. We've seen a huge difference in the kinds of questions that the kids are answering and the kinds of questions teachers are asking.
This will be a routine for imagining and observing. Please take a moment to look at the painting. Choose beginning, middle, or end. If this artwork is in the beginning of the story, what might happen next? And if this artwork is the end of the story, What was the story about?
We want teachers to understand that they have both the ability and the prerogative to integrate arts into their subject areas, into English language arts and social studies. That they have enough time, that it's not more work, it's how you plan. It's understanding your pedagogy, your method of teaching, your approach. It's understanding the concepts around integrating the arts into their classrooms. It's not harder, it's smarter.
The major outcomes from the course are to adapt and develop curriculum and pedagogical practices that meet the needs of the students to appreciate the arts within an ELA social studies setting. Furthermore, integration of the arts should propel adolescents toward a lifelong appreciation of these mediums as indispensable forms of communication and knowledge.